We crack open the cold one with the crew. RJ bringing the brews, AP got the screw. Midwest vibes, current punch, yeah we grinding. Sales of Fox and Morse, keep your minds rewinding. Across the state, spread the word, that's how we do. From the grass to the cans, always something new. Raise your glasses, cheers to the cherry sauce. And every sip, till the stories evolve.
Hear news blowing up, hear the chatter.
Midwest Beer Show, race in the cloud. Roger on the mic with the passion and blast. Dave Z's got the knowledge for an history fast.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Midwest Beer Show. Myself, Dave, in the house this Saturday. Had a little bit of a longer break in there, 3 weeks, I believe, since we did our last one, which was like, actually, that was on a Thursday, too. So, yeah, great to be back and share some of the beer news, beer stories, and some of the beer happenings from the world as we crack a few open and enjoy with you all here on this Saturday night. Hopefully you guys have a nice, cool spot and you're not burning up or anything with some of the heat that we're seeing in some parts of the country or underwater, because some parts of the country are flooding. So yeah, we had 2 flash floods in the last week and a half, which is kind of crazy. So all kinds of things happening. We got fires overseas and some fires up in Canada and floods and
diarrhea lettuce. We got everything. We got the apocalypse coming up.
I mean, I'm not a religious man, but if I was, I might be a little worried right now what's going on out there. So
I see four horsemen going down the street, I'm in trouble. Yeah,
if I see some sheep farmer putting 2 pairs of animals in on a big boat, I'm going to start having some questions for sure. But no, great to get back and get on here. And Dave, since we've talked, I know you've had some great things happening over on Beer in Front of your podcast, and anything you want to hit on before we start doing the other stuff that people want to check out?
Yeah, I had, last week I had some family health issues, so I didn't have any beer stuff going on. That's why we weren't here last week. My wife had an accident and broke a couple ribs, so she was a guest at Illinois Masonic Hospital for 4 or 5 days. But I did put out one. It was a really interesting story. I already had it in the can on the history of Tang. We all, if you're Gen X like us, you remember drinking Tang. Really cool story. It wasn't invented for the astronauts, but they latched onto it. So it was a really cool story. And this week I'm doing a couple episodes on the demise of the neighborhood tavern, the corner bar, Archie Bunker's place, places like that. So I'm going to have a couple shows on that coming out this week.
Very nice. So the astronaut story with Tang was a lie, is what you're saying. It was fabricated.
Like General Foods, I think it was, they came out with it in the 50s as like a breakfast drink so you could get your vitamins and stuff. And a lot of people didn't really have, I mean, there was refrigeration in the 50s, but it wasn't like today where we had beer fridges right next to us. So this was kind of like along those lines, and no one bought it. It just sat on the shelves. And then once the space race was starting, they already had contracts with NASA, and they were like, well, this might work to give the astronauts like vitamin C and all these extra vitamins. So they latched onto it, and they never bothered to correct the story because it was a good story. Oh, the astronauts drink this. We all drank it because we remember, oh, hey, the astronauts drink this. This must be good.
Who would have thought? You can't trust marketing, right?
Yeah.
So, it is interesting, though. It's one of those stories, like that should be on the Food That Built America, that history show, because they're always just doing the discoveries around food. And when they first came out with like cornflakes, it was like given to patients like in asylums and stuff. Like it was said to be like a healthy type thing. Or it was like now it's just like, it's just a corn fructose bowl of whatever it is and stuff, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting on some of the things behind.
Yeah, and the guy that invented it, he also invented like Cool Whip and like a quick set Jello, and I think he even did Pop Rock. So I mean, this guy was like a mad genius.
Oh wow, nice. And cheers to you, Dana. Thanks for tuning in this evening as well. Yeah. And it's also kind of interesting how some of the inventors are the same ones that go into invent other things.
Yeah.
They kind of stick with it along those lines. But
yeah, so if you're bored, it was a quick episode, maybe 10, 11 minutes long. Just gave you the quick rundown on that. There was no beer news, anything like that. Figure, all right, let me put something out since I didn't have anything because I was going back and forth to, ICU all week. So I just put that out. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, make sure if you guys haven't checked out Dave Beer in Front, check him out on his channel, check out the podcast, however you may be, check out the YouTube. So yeah, a lot of good stuff happening there. Here we go. I was looking at my thing here. Look, am I freezing up on the screen? Is this
no? You're good here on my end.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. It looked like it was moving slower on my end. Anyway. News out this week. We'll get started talking about some things here. 2026, it is that time for the announcement of the Bourbon County Stouts to come out and what to look for in that regard. So let me go ahead and pull that up, and y'all can see it on the screen too, that I'll share it here. But yeah, we're going to have these are the ones you'll be looking for this year. So we'll have them coming out here on Black Friday as usual. Think with Bourbon County Stout, get it to a point. I'm like, I know you and me, we don't really kind of chase them down because they're there. We kind of pick them up, but is it still worth the pickup for what you're paying for? We talked about beer pricing over the last few months. And so, that's one that definitely brings a pretty decent price to it that, you are paying up for it. I'm just wondering, any thoughts, anything changing on your end, anything that you kind of thought about?
Well, I'm looking at the ones that really, like the Proprietors is always a great one. And that one's going to be like a pineapple upside down cake. And I'm intrigued by that. That sounds really good. And the Apple Crisp, like both of those sound really good. I'll keep my eye out for those. The regular one, that's one you could get all the time. You could get it at your grocery stores even. Mm-hmm. They're in the smaller bottles now, just the OG. So that I think it's in like a 10 or it's a smaller bottle. So that's good. You could just have one of those. The others are still in the larger. I think they're the 16.9 ounce bottles. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things. If I see them and the price is right, I'll pick it up. I'll probably get the prop because that's always really good. But I'm not waiting in line for beer anymore.
Well, the prop is the Chicago exclusive, but yeah, vanilla soaked cake with caramelized fruit and toasted oak. Now, if you're allergic to wheat, it does put that on there as well. So, unfortunately, if you're allergic to wheat, I would say you probably don't want to try this one. Yeah. But finished with pineapple, Montmorency cherry, and vanilla sugar. The only time I've ever seen Montmorency cherry with beers is usually with the Mad Elf, because they use those type of cherries. So kind of interesting seeing them use it on here too. We take a look down through here. Did he give us the ABV on this one as of yet?
You got to figure it's in the 12.
No,
it just says coming soon. Yeah, you got to figure it's in the 12 to 14 range.
Pretty much. That's how it usually is there. Yeah, but so for this one here, usually you have to be in Chicago. So if you have some Chicago connections, definitely get that in line if you would have tried this one here. Going back to the rest of the line, now I believe they're also with the base version doing a 4-pack again. So you can get this and, hold it for a bit and spread it out. So in that regard, if you're getting a 4-pack, and I think last year, I want to say the 4-pack was like, 20 or something, 21 or 22, somewhere in that ballpark.
I think so, but it was weird. I keep, we talked about this on your old live stream on Thursday nights before. My grocery store has them knocked off 50% a couple months later. So I'm like, all right, well, this isn't like an IPA. I could wait a few months on this. They never marked it down. So maybe they're not distributing as much. So I never got my hands on it last year. I don't know what it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They never. I remember you told me they didn't make any changes there. So maybe because they're doing the 4-pack type thing. But taste and notes: vanilla, cherry, cocoa, toasted almond, and caramelized sugar. Basically the same. 14.2% ABV. World's first bourbon barrel aged stout. So average aging time of 13 months. Delivers flavors of fudge, vanilla, and caramelized sugar. all wrapped up in the rich, decadent mouthfeel. So I know some people are okay with just the base too. They don't really have to search down the other ones too. So still, as far as barrel-aged stouts go, it's still a solid selection there. We also have the Tiramisu cask finished stout. Every time we do our show, it's like you're hungry by the end. And this is why we put these things with these pictures and stuff on here. But stout aged and bourbon finished in rum barrels. That would be one I would definitely want to get my hands on because I guess people that have watched for a while know I'm a big rum barrel fan. So fudge, delicate pastry, and rich espresso. Espresso, cocoa nibs, and vanilla. This one looks intriguing.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of tiramisu, but if somebody poured me a glass, I'm not going to say no to it.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I mean, this next one, the apple crisp. I love me an apple crisp. Sign me up for this one. This is 13.9%. It's got fresh baked oat crumble, caramel, and apple. I'm in. Sign me up for that. I'm all over that one.
Yeah, Bourbon County with apple, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, oats, and vanilla sugar. Yeah, 13.9.
We got the triple oak barley wine and another one, the barrel rye stout, the last one. That one looks pretty good to me, too. I'm a big fan of rye whiskeys and rye bourbons. Pardon me. This is Elijah Craig straight white rye whiskey barrels. Sounds good. Got tasting notes of creme brulee, toasted hazelnut, and oak. Sign me up.
The barley wine is aged in Angel's Envy.
All right.
What's a fan there? Burnt caramel, delicate bacon spice, and stone fruit. Kind of interesting with that stone fruit in there.
I get that a lot in my bourbon, barrel aged stuff. You get that like plum. You get that like dark.
Well, you get that. You get the plum, and you usually get like raisin. You get like the licorice, but but I'm game, so I'm a fan of barley wines anyway. See what the costs would be for this: French oak, Chinkapin oak, and Hungarian oak.
Those will probably be 25 to 30 a barrel for the singles.
I would think.
Yeah. But, you're talking barley wines. Revolution just put out their Deepwood series a couple weeks ago, and one of them was a barley wine, and, that was good. I've had all of them. They were very kind enough to hook me up with the first batch. So I had all of them. They had a coffee, mixed berry coffee stout, which at first I was like, I don't know about this, but holy shit, was that good. And then they had a apricot peach, and it was like part of it was like in a peach berry brand barrel. That was outstanding. So a lot of good. You don't think about barrel age when it's hot in July and you're sweating, but they got some good ones coming out.
All right. Yeah, and this one's the one that you mentioned, the toasted, where it has the rye stout with Elijah Craig. Yeah. No ABV yet on that one, but toasted hazelnut and sweet oak creme brulee. So, this one looks to be intriguing as well. So, for those of you that are the Bourbon County Stout fans, make sure to take note that you know what you're looking for when Black Friday rolls around, and you definitely want to get these out there, I'm sure. As far as right now, I'm actually drinking one of the Firestone Walker Mind Haze Juicy Hazy IPAs. Nice. Just trying to clear the inventory a little bit. So I've just got Firestone Walker, and as I just released a video earlier this week, you did one as well. We got another Firestone Haze 12-pack that came in. So shout out to Firestone Walker. Great to have him as partner on our channels and a few others that I know of. But they just sent us the new variety pack, which had the Easy Jack, the IPA, the Union Jack, and then our new one, the Electric.
That's one collaboration with the Ernie Ball Guitar String Company. That's really good. I had that the other day. I'm going to do a video on that during the week. Yeah, the Screaming Eagle or Electric Eagle.
Electric Eagle. So that's the other one. That's their,
I saw it when they
West
were doing that
Coast
collab with Ernie Ball. I'm like, oh, this ought to be really good.
Yeah, well, it's Firestone Walker, so it's kind of like no doubt for sure. Yeah. But
no, I'm staying in the Midwest, so I haven't had this one in a minute. But I had to pick up the Alpha King from Three Floyds. This was the one that started it all. Great pale ale. Love me some Alpha King. So that's in my glass right now.
Yeah, that's always a solid one to get out there and enjoy. This next piece, which is kind of interesting that you found out there.
I found a couple weird ones this week.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, for me, wings, ranch, or blue cheese. I'm definitely more of a blue cheese. But you actually found this one here where they are coming out with a ranch beer or ranch style beer, however you want to put it out there. But
this is some white people shit right here.
This is.
I don't claim these people, but this is some white people shit right here. Because who else is thinking of this?
The same that will put raisins in the potato salad, right? So, ranch dressing, cream ale, dill, pickle, seltzer, and more drinks at the Minnesota State Fair. I don't know what they're doing in Minnesota, but ranch dressing, cream ale. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to be good, I guess, because I haven't had it. So I'm never going with this saying anything's terribly bad off the bat, but I have questions.
So this is a ranch dressing flavored cream ale blending smooth malt with hints of buttermilk, herbs, and spices, served with a savory ranch seasoned salt rim, adding a tangy kick that complements the beer. This is brewed by Dual Citizen Brewing Company. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to drive up to Minnesota to get it.
Yeah, Minnesota's got some weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
There's state fairs coming up, and they got some different things happening for beers for sure. But, yeah, ranch dressing cream ale, I feel like that's going to be a pass for me, but I don't know.
They got some other weird ones. If you scroll through this one now, one of them, they're doing a caramel kettle corn beer with sea salt. I don't know. Revolution did a caramel corn beer in collaboration with Garrett's not that long ago. That wasn't bad, so I would try this one. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to take a hard pass on the ranch dressing beer.
The Homer Black Pepper IPA. That's kind of interesting. Which
that could be good.
I wouldn't turn that one because there are some beers I have where I get like pepper notes on stuff. So I would give that one definitely a try there. The dill pickles, I will say, when I had the pickle beer from Urban Artifact, I was pleasantly surprised at how good it actually was. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't try the dill pickle seltzer. Yeah. I didn't do the Pabst pickle beer. I've heard some people that have it. Their experience wasn't like me having Urban Artifact, it seems, but sooner or later, maybe I'll have that one too. Yeah. Sangria Sunday. Well, there you go. That can work out. Quacker Jack Seltzer.
Yeah, that's the one with the corn,
caramel and kettle corn. Yeah. Soft serve Royal Peach beer. That's interesting. Wait, it was 4.8 ABV in the ice cream.
Yeah.
No, that's intriguing.
There's places here that do like a soft serve. I think like Dovetail is made like slushies. I don't know if it's been ice cream, but like slushies that are like beer slushies. So
okay,
yeah, I don't know. I would try it.
Yeah, I would definitely try that one there. The Watermelon Mule, okay, 6.5 ABV, Moscow with the watermelon twist. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Cherry Cola Hard Soda. Yeah, I mean, we got the soda stuff out there. The Maracum Old Fashioned IPA. I would do that. I mean, I like when New Belgium does their, I forgot what it's called, but they have one that's like based off the Old Fashioned. They come out with
like a holiday beer. They put that out around Christmas time, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Usually like around November, Christmas, but they come out with it now every year. But yeah, I would definitely do that, especially since I'm a fan of old fashions.
Yeah.
But usually when I do the old fashioned, I feel like doing it as an IPA would be interesting. I think when New Belgium does it, I would say it's more toward like a strong ale type feel.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Like this citrus hibiscus wine slushy, that could definitely work. Take me to the islands with that one. So yeah. So yeah, some interesting stuff taking place for sure. But that's the cool thing about the world that we're in. It's just always different stuff happening, right? So it's a chance to get out there and really explore and really enjoy, so to speak. And I got a few of the comments coming in. What is up, KO? RIP Alan, founder of From Hair of the Dog, passed last week. I realize you guys might not know the brewery, but they made world-renowned barley wines and probably the most notable brewery in Portland. Okay. You know, I think I did see a piece when I was gathering stories. I didn't know who the person was, but I did see about out west where someone had passed away.
Yeah.
Well, cheers to him there.
Yeah, absolutely. Raise a glass.
Raise a glass, right? And then Brian the Beer Slob in the house. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, brother.
Great seeing you down in Louisville for the get-together. Bart's in the house. Cheers, Bart. Great to see you
Bart.
as well, buddy. Hopefully all is well on your end. Well, too late. You're in the right place if you love beer.
Yeah.
So we love beer too. So yeah. I like pickle beers. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I had it. The first one out of bat, but it's Urban Artifacts. I felt like I was in a safe environment. It was a circle of trust. Urban Artifact has earned that circle of trust. So I was happy to give that one a try. Watermelon Yum says too late. Save the ranch for the fries and pizza. Ranch? You put ranch on pizza? I know people that do. I do know people that put ranch on pizza, but that's not you can. Yeah, that's not something I usually do. But they do have ranch on pizza. But with wings, I'm blue cheese on the wings. But yeah,
I could go either way on wings. Like I would prefer blue cheese, but if all they had was ranch, I'm not going to say no to it.
Yeah, you kind of just deal with it. You know, you go with what you got available.
Yeah.
Peach Haze IPA. Yeah. I would give that a shot. Yeah. So cheers. All right. So if you happen to be near Minnesota, you're planning to go to the Minnesota World Fair, be surprised to see some of the stuff that may pop up there. And then Dave's out here finding all the crazy stuff taking place. Get this one pulled up here. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Let's see. You all right, brother? Make sure you're good there.
Yeah, a little tickle in my throat here.
Let's see. Waiting for it to come up here on this because I can remember the first time I've had the actual food in itself, but to have it as a beer, corn dog beer. That's interesting.
That's at the Indiana State Fair. So if you don't want to go up to Minnesota, you just want to go to Indiana, you could get, and this is Sun King. Sun King's a top-notch brewery. Yeah. I would try it. I would have to try it just because I know the brewery. And I'd love me a corn dog.
You ever dip your corn dog in beer before you eat it? Okay, no. I'm just curious. I'm not saying it's a thing to do. I'm just curious to see if you may have done it or anybody else may have done it just because. No. I've seen a dude do a hot dog straw at a Mets game.
Yeah,
I think it was Mets or Yankees in New York. Yeah, he hollowed it out and was using the hot dog as a straw. Not sure why this guy was doing it. There's probably a reason why he was by himself when he was sitting there. But yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, people do fries in the Frosty. So you could do it.
So I would be intrigued with this. Yeah.
Saturday, Midwest Beer Show, baby. Yeah, that's intriguing. I mean, it is Indiana, and we do get Sun King. So if I come across it, I'll have to let you know and maybe get you something so you can try there too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm 100 down, but if I come across it.
Yeah.
And then we have the one, which we kind of knew they were getting into the Apple game as well, but we now have Garage Beer decided to throw their hat into the mix. So you got the base, you got the lime, and now you're going to end up having the apple. So will they be Gapple now since we got Capple and Bapple with Keystone and Bush? So 4% ABV. So keeping ABV down on this one here. They actually they make mention of they do call it Gapple. See, I didn't even read the article and they went with Gapple as well. Okay, so Bapple, Capple, and Gapple. Could this be a trend? Could more breweries start going more Apple on their stuff?
I don't know.
We got to do that.
We got to do a show and do the three of them and maybe throw in a Red's Apple. No, we can't throw in a Red's Apple. That's brutal. But I mean, I would try it if I saw it. I don't know if I would commit to a 12-pack of it, but
yeah.
I mean, if I saw it in a build your own 6-pack, I might grab one to try.
Yeah. Maybe get like the 3 apples and make your own. Put 3 pickles in there too. 3 pickle beers. 4%. It is low calorie for those of you looking to drop a few pounds. 95 calories per serving. So could be something out there. I don't knock it on. I mean, I'll drink ciders once in a while. So I mean, apple beer is different, but it's not like something that kind of throws me off in any kind of way. I think it's still be an opportunity.
I didn't know this is packaged by the F Word in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So maybe I won't be drinking that.
Oh, was it? Well, okay. Well, it's off my list then. Yeah. I didn't see that part there. Yeah.
No, sorry, my man. Can't do it.
Got to read the fine print. Yeah. It's like, nope, that'll be a pass.
Yeah.
And then before we head into, we just finished the summer league, but for NBA season, you came across the one here with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Speaking of NBA, what do you think about LeBron James going to the Sixers? I don't know if you followed NBA that much or.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. There was one thing I read that, because he signed, definitely the vet minimum, and he's still a solid player. Whatever you think of him, he's a solid NBA player, but there was like 20 players in college that are going to make more than he does with NIL money this year.
Yeah. Well, I think with him, it's all about trying to get that other ring or 2 rings, possibly, since he did a 2-year. I don't see them actually doing it in Philadelphia with him on the team. Yeah. My thing is, well, one, who's playing defense, because some of them aren't the best defenders. I mean, and Embiid, can Embiid make it the whole season? We don't know.
Yeah.
The jury's out on him. Jalen's going to be a performer as well, but Jalen's going to want the ball a good amount of times before he gets frustrated. LeBron, still has an athleticism for his age and stuff, but you don't see him as being that dominant type scorer or whatever, right?
No, but I think he showed last year for some of the Laker games I saw that he was kind of like dialing it back. Okay, let Luka and let what's that other kid's name? Reeves.
Oh, Reeves, yeah.
Let them go at it. So I think if he could adapt to being more of a secondary option, I think, that might be good for him. Rest your legs a little bit. You don't have to take it to the hole all the time. You don't have to be the man. But that, when the time comes, you could still do it.
Yeah, right. So it'll be, So, I mean, that's going to be part of it. I mean, will they be in the playoffs? For sure. I think they got a good playoff team. They can make a good run. But the East is the weaker part of the NBA going into it. And I think Spurs are going to use what they learned this last season, losing the finals, to kind of build them going forward more. And you still got OKC out there doing what they're going to do, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I don't think it puts them over the top as being like the driving seat. I think you still got other things taking place with other teams. But it's interesting. Bart with the thumbs up, and Sour play. He just padded his numbers to be the GOAT of all. He won't be the GOAT of all numbers because you play at a high level that you actually are, and him scoring points, like, he's going to still be a double-digit scorer, but he's not going to be a huge double-digit scorer. But when I always, like, I was telling one of the people at work, you got to look at it by career average. Jordan, at the end of his thing, even when he came back, he still had an average of 30 points per game. LeBron's at 27. Kobe was up. I have Kobe being number 2 behind Jordan, even from what he actually brought to the game more than what LeBron did. So I don't know. kind of interesting. You can kind of pick some stuff apart, but only one person was like what MVP, all team defensive, finals MVP. I forgot what the other word was, but Jordan did it 4 times.
Yeah.
There's only been like 5 or 6 people that have done it. He did it 4 of them. So I don't know. To me, he's just more of that GOAT status. But, I grew up watching Jordan more and seeing stuff, and he didn't have the flopping. The flop is going to be a negative. That takes away points for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a flop fan.
Yeah.
Glad the World Cup is over.
Yeah. Surly's a beautiful brew. I would love to go check out Surly. Surly's got a great name out there for making some great beers.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they're teaming up with Minnesota here for the Timberwolves Lager. So this would be 16-ounce can design on this one, 4.5% ABV. Again, not coming in with an IPA, coming in with a lager. That's just been a trend for a lot of the breweries, get more lagers out there and more easy drinkers for folks. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure, if they're going to sell it at the games, it's going to be your left arm, but, picking it up at the grocery store shouldn't be that bad. So, yeah, hey, good for them.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Surly. Surly puts out some great shit.
Yeah, they definitely do. And here in Cincinnati, we have the Reds, and the Reds chose Braxton their last year as being their partner at MLB games. I don't know if the Bengals have anybody yet for theirs, but it's always nice when you see craft breweries starting to get in some of these stadiums where macro try to keep people out. So
yeah,
it's good to see there. And then
we're staying in Minnesota.
We're staying in Minnesota. So now we got Summit Brewing. And I'm not as familiar with Summit. Let me pull them up here, but they've got their 40th anniversary Imperial Porter, a milestone release for 2026. I'm a fan of Imperial Porters.
Yeah, they're an OG. Like, I remember 25 years ago, like, that was one of, like, the more regional brands you could pick up because you didn't have a brewery on every corner. So I remember drinking a lot of Summit back in the day, and it was always good stuff.
Yeah.
So big congratulations to 40 years. You make it to 40, you're doing something good.
Right? Definitely.
Yeah.
40th anniversary and 12-ounce cans. I was looking to see what the ABV was on this one here. Didn't see it listed.
Yeah, it didn't show it on the label.
Yeah.
Imperial Porter, you got to think it's got to be 9-10%.
Yeah, well, Imperial with the porters, you're usually at least at 8. So, yeah. But it's funny, it's not on the label. My latest piece, which for those of you that kind of follow me on LinkedIn or the Facebook page, I put on the community thing too, but my latest piece for Beverage Master is about breweries and labeling. So, so stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out here in a couple weeks. I'll be sharing that as well, give my thoughts and views on how they should be doing their labels. But yeah, to not have ABV for me on something is still a big miss.
Yeah.
Date and ABV, 2 obvious things you should have on there.
Mm-hmm. Date, ABV. Hey, cheers.
Cheers,
also, Sammy. And this is just personal and it's selfish for me, but like I have lactose issues. So if you're putting lactose in your hazy IPA, I would like to know.
A lot of people would, I'm sure. Yeah.
And there are some breweries that do it. Like they'll say it's on there. So, I mean, granted, every beer, unless it's a gluten-free beer, has gluten in it. So I don't think you need to put that it has gluten because I think that's common knowledge. But for other people, like, me with dairy, like, yeah, I'd like to know before I blame Taco Bell for what's about to happen.
Which might be the lettuce. It just might be the lettuce. Yeah, no, it's like Bourbon County did. They said allergen wheat. They let you know, if you get that allergy, you might not want to have this beer. But yeah, I definitely agree on that. And then, of course, doesn't seem that long ago, but we did the show to warn folks on what things that were happening. But here we are again, back to the whole tariff situation, right? So now we have 50% tariff on Canadian alcohol and other goods that are supposed to start next month. We'll see if they end up going through, if they back off of it. But It'll be interesting. I'm just trying to think of the Canadian alcohol coming in. I mean, we have Molson and we have some other stuff down here, and you have some whiskeys, I'm sure, but it'll be interesting.
You know, in reading some of this, like part of this, he was pissed because like a lot of stores in Canada refused to stock like American stuff after all the tariff shit last year.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's going to do this. I'm going to let it go because I'm going to get us banned.
Well, I saw Doug Ford basically talking about basically trying to be pressured. Like, you can't pressure us into buying American goods is what he was saying and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. And it's kind of like I was watching another guy that was out Western Canada. I forgot what province. I think maybe out towards Alberta. And he was just like, if you can't make friends with the Canadians, who else can you make friends with in the world?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. The one thing we've seen more recently is when these tariff things do pop up, things will change and they'll pull them away and not do them. So more recently, they've been kind of, that's the whole taco thing, right? So. Yeah. Since in Australia, most of hazies with lactose are known as oat cream IPAs, so have a huge warning stating contains lactose. We have some, and we do have that on some of the cans here where it tells you lactose is in the beer. But sometimes they don't, and they can catch people off guard.
Yeah.
And they'll say, did I go to Taco Bell?
Yeah.
I don't remember Taco Bell. I feel like I went to Taco Bell though. Now, this is pretty interesting now, because this is your store there with Jewel.
Yeah, and I saw this before I saw this piece online. So I was at my grocery store this week, and Jewel, they're owned by, what is it, Albertsons, I believe? Yeah, Albertsons owns them. So I was going through Jewel, and, I got to go through the beer aisle, see what they have. Sometimes they have stuff marked down. And then I looked and I saw some THC stuff. I'm like, what? But yeah, they had like Cheech and Chong. They had a couple other brands, and it was on an end cap. So you couldn't really confuse it with anything else. And they did have good signage telling you this is what it was. But I was kind of surprised that I saw this at a grocery store that really, like, it was on the end cap as you're walking towards like the egg. So everyone's going to walk by it. It wasn't like tucked in the corner of the liquor section. I thought it was kind of odd because as far as we know, in November, all this shit's getting banned anyway. But if you're in Chicago area and you see a Jewel and you need a little THC, you could pick yourself up some stuff up at the Jewel.
Yeah, and it's just an interesting thing there to think. I always thought at some point it may happen if things were cleared away where you might start seeing in a grocery store. But with all the stuff, like you said, happening, that they came out and they're going to go ahead, they test marketed in 3 stores and decided, let's go ahead and put it out there and see what happens. They're capping it at 5 milligrams, which is you're pretty much relatively low dose compared to stuff that's out there. Yeah. And, so, I mean, it may open up for other places to actually try that too. Here in Ohio, there was an injunction where 10 companies can now do their THC drinks, Urban Artifact being one of them with their Costello brand. But it's weird. Like, how is it going to be accepted? It's a big thing, So, and I'm interested to follow that just to keep seeing how it goes, because I think, that is part of going into the future, having that type of goods out there and not having to go into the beer store or maybe the gas station store, or having to go to a dispensary and just go to your local grocery store. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I forget. I know it's Cheech and Chong. I forget the other brand. I don't know if I took a picture of it. It was just one of those things that I'm like, what? No, I didn't take a picture of it. But I just thought, I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird. I'm like, all right, good for them.
Yeah, good for them for sure. And shout out to Jody, Bourbon Bounty in the house. Cheers, my man. Great to see you, brother. You talk about Cheech and Chong. Everybody that seems to be, that I know that enjoys like a lot of THC beverages, really have been given big props to Willie Nelson's one. I have not seen it.
Yeah, I haven't
here.
Seen it.
I mean, I haven't going to look for it as much, but if you see the Willie Nelson one out there, a lot of people seem to really enjoy that one. So if you can't trust Uncle Willie, who can you trust when it comes to weed?
It's like Cheech and Chong, Snoop and Willie. Those right there, if they tell you it's good, I got to listen to them.
And Snoop said there's only one guy he ever had to tap out to, and that was Willie Nelson, So if Snoop is tapping out to Willie, Willie's got the real stuff for sure.
Yeah. How'd you like to be on that tour bus with those two?
Oh my gosh. I hope the driver is like in a smoke-free zone driving, so he's not getting those contact buzzes coming through. Yeah. Just throw Cypress Hill in there and you got everything going on. Yeah. So So out of the more latest news, once in a while we like to tap in and watch the Brewdog saga as it plays out. But James Watt is now launching a bid to try to buy back Brewdog, which is interesting.
Jag off.
I mean, he's already lost his partner who was the head brewer there. Obviously, there's other great brewers he can bring in, but I almost feel like he's tainted that label that I don't know if he may have a success if he comes back and takes it over. I feel like it may have just left the station for him. Working with that brand, he may need to start another brand or do something different. But
Stephen Miller looking motherfucker.
He's got more hair than Stephen Miller, I think.
Yeah.
He's definitely got the dome out. But you had all those places pulling from their pubs or over there in England and Scotland and stuff. So, I mean, all the jobs that were lost. But if he can do it, I guess, he has a right to try to build the name, buy the company back or do whatever. But I just don't – I feel like it's just passed on him. And even here in the States, like some of the stuff with Brewdog and some of the way the employees were treated, just put a bad name on there with him associated with it.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it before. There's a couple breweries that just personally I'm not touching, and that's one of them. Yeah.
Let me see here. Knock, knock. Who's there? Dave. Dave's not here. That's some good stuff.
Dave's here, though. I'm right here.
Yeah, that was a great line from the movie back in the day. Cheech and Chong, for you younger, legally drinking adults, if you have not seen Cheech and Chong movies from the 70s, you definitely need to get that worked in to your library for sure.
I'm going to grab one real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to go ahead here. Not something I'm going to share on screen, but Warped Wing Brewing out of Dayton, Ohio. They are actually launching their fourth location. I think their fifth location, where they're going to be at the Dayton International Airport. So this is going to be coming up, I think, later this year. They did it through a partnership. There's a group that's kind of doing it, but it's always kind of cool. I don't know, when you fly, are you kind of looking to see if you want to get a snack, if you want to get a meal, if you want to get a drink, what craft breweries might be in that airport? I know for me, I happen to do that all the time when I'm in the airport and I go to get settled. I want to get something. I always look to see if there's a craft brewery in there. Had a chance to do that when I came back from Denver more recently. On the way out, I stopped and they had what's the brewery that did the Yetis, the Yeti beers?
Great Divide.
So Great Divide had a spot at the Denver airport. Had a couple great beers and some food there. When you fly out around here, Braxton has a spot in Cincinnati. In Maryland, you'll find like Heavy Seas has a spot. So I think it's always kind of cool when you can get like a craft brewery in there. So congrats to Warp Wing for now joining that fray and getting into the Dayton airport, which will be great for them when it comes around to March Madness, because your opening games are in Dayton. So people are flying into Dayton all the time, right? And then driving down to Indianapolis or doing whatever. So, yeah.
I remember, of all places, I thought it was weird. And this was 20 years ago, so it's probably not there anymore. But I was in St. Louis. So you think of St. Louis and Anheuser-Busch. They had a Samuel Adams tap room in the St. Louis airport. It was one of those things like we were waiting for our buddy's flight to come in. So we had a couple hours. I'm like, all right, well, we'll just go here. And they had like Boston Ale on tap. They had a couple like really good stuff. I'm like, this was solid.
Yeah. So, when you go to that next airport, check around. Could be a nice little craft brewery there in the wings that you can check out some stuff, especially when you're out of town and you're able to visit a different area. I need to grab me another one here.
Yeah,
but what did you grab there?
I cracked open since you were talking Firestone. I had to grab the Union Jack West Coast IPA from them. Always a solid beer, 7%. Just a great West Coast. I mean, it's always a classic.
Yeah, always. You know what? Firestone. I'm going to stay on the Firestone wagon, and I'm going to have one I have not had before. I'll do another one with the review. I wanted to break it down, but I'm going to check out the Electric Eagle. I'm going to crack this one open. And,
it was good. Yeah, let me know. I'm curious to see what you think about it.
West Coast, 7% ABV. Thanks again to Firestone Walker being a partner to the channel.
Yeah, it's funny, cool. When that package arrived the other day, the UPS guy, because I have the app, so I just happened to pull it up because I have to go. You got to sign for it, and I'm like, oh, the guy's on my block, so let me just get ready for him. And he was like, "How the hell are you getting shipped beer?" I'm like, "Hey, don't worry about it, bro." Because it was like the second or third time I've seen him, and I'm like, "Oh, hey."
How the hell? How's this work, right? Yeah.
I was going to say, if you want to come in, you could help me do an unboxing video. I'll give you one of them.
Yeah. But it's got a nice little appearance to it. I mean, they filter it, so it's got the clarity you can see right through to the other side, essentially. Oh, that is dank on the nose. That's like some stink budweed or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Great resin quality. That's pretty tasty. It's got a little bit of a sweetness in there. Has definitely the bitterness. Has an astringent quality. In the taste, I'm also getting that resiny type feel that this is called dank weed, whatever you want to say there. You definitely get that kind of quality to it. It's got a nice lasting duration to the flavor as well.
Yeah.
That's very good. That's it does remind me of Sweetwater and their 420.
420, okay.
Yeah, with the way the dankness and stuff that comes through, but I like it. I mean, or G20.
I thought that was really good.
Their G20, I should say. I think was Sweetwater, but it's all about the 420 when they did that beer.
Yeah.
That's. I can see it's like someone new. If they were new to beer, they'd be like, I don't know what that's supposed to be or whatever, right? Yeah. But if you're like West Coast back in the day, you got the resin, you get the what made it what it is. You have a grapefruit type peel in there as well. It's just, this is like a classic throwback in a way it's actually put together, but it's got like a classic throwback, but a little bit of a modern type of peel. So not like going back to say like your old school Sierra Nevada type stuff, but you're getting tones kind of like that, but it's kind of like been updated some. It's not just, as I was answering comments this last week, and someone had asked me about Pliny the Elder, which Pliny the Elder was still good. It's definitely still a classic. My first time actually having it when I did the video, but you could tell it was from that time. You could tell it was that old school type thing. Like this has nice vibes from back then, but it has like more of a modern type twist on it on how they actually have this one. This is really good. Yeah,
a lot of your old school West Coast, and I love them. They're more malty, which I love. You get that nice malt sweetness, which balances out with the hop bitterness. But yeah, I think that one is definitely a little more modern, got like more of a modern feel vibe. I'm not sure which hops they use, but yeah, I thought that one was really solid.
Yeah, so this was canned on July 7th. Right. So just about 20 days out. Yeah. No, this is good. Now, I don't know Ernie Ball. but he's a musician, right? Someone told me, I think.
He does a guitar string. I know like a lot. It's like a really big name in guitar strings, Ernie Ball Strings. Music company. I know like my favorite band, Social Distortion, which you can see the picture up there. Mike Ness from Social Distortion. He did videos for Ernie Ball Strings and the tone that you get from the strings in his guitar. So yeah, definitely, big in music.
Yeah. For those of you watching, or if you're listening back on the podcast, I do get questions about Firestone, and some people wish they could still get them where they were, stuff like that. They only distribute, I think, total of maybe 9 states offhand store-wise. But if you go on their website, there are states where they ship it to. You can actually see if that's one of the states, and I would definitely recommend trying out some of their stuff. I know Ohio is a state they can ship it out to. I forgot some of the other ones, but you might be in a state where you can actually get that, but you won't see it on your retailer shelves.
Yeah.
So,
and
cheers to it. No, he uses Ernie Ball. Okay.
Oh, yeah. They send us stuff, but we both have bought them plenty of times before they send us stuff.
Yeah.
Firestone Walker's outstanding.
Yeah, definitely. So, if you get a chance, check it out. I would definitely do that. But like some of the people, like I said, and just some of your other beer spots too. I know Sierra Nevada, for instance, you may not see them in your stores, but you can go on their site and they ship to various states as well. And they're actually at a pretty reasonable price. Obviously, you have DeVore out there in some of the states that can get you stuff you might not get your hands on. So there are definitely some shipping options that could be available to you. We still have a few places that have like a craft beer desert, so to speak, but over like in the UK, a lot of them they can get anything, but they're used to ordering online and doing stuff like that. But I
just got a text message from a buddy of mine. He runs one of the bars inside Wrigley Field. The Savannah Bananas are there this whole weekend, and he's like, it's a madhouse. He's like, they have their own beer. He was like, I grabbed you one. He's like, I'll see you in a couple weeks and I'll hook you up with it. But he was like, it's not good, but it's a banana flavored beer. Let me see. He sent me a picture of it. I'm like, oh God, what the fuck is this? But I guess it's a banana now with twice the banana. So it's a banana flavored ale. So I'll have a review on that in a couple weeks. But he was like, it's crazy here at Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
But I got you a beer.
We had the Savannah Bananas here, I want to say about 2 months ago, or maybe a month ago, at the Red Stadium, man. It was kind of crazy over there. And my colleague I work with, my counterpart, she actually went and said it was a blast, but she's like, it's like a workout almost, like all the dancing and all kind of stuff they do. And you got to get up and do it in the stands, and the foul balls, when they foul it off, like a fan can catch it and it's an out on the field. They get all this activity and stuff. She's like, you come out of that game like you had a workout. So if you're actually involved in being a part of it. So but I have not seen them as of yet. TD says, the only time I get Firestone is when the store gets kegs in the tap room. They don't carry them in the store. Strange. Hope Lowe's Food will start carrying them. Yeah, but check out their site. I'm not sure if they get them down to the Carolinas there, but I remember going on there and seeing some more than like 8 or 9 states, I think, that can get their stuff shipped possibly. So, and that can, and then DeVore gets some of their stuff as well. DeVore can ship in a lot of the states. But we also had some updates here. You mentioned Sam Adams, which is perfect timing there because Sam Adams has a few things going on. It's a new version of a best-selling beer. So they actually got a few beers that'll be hitting out as they hit into what they call their fall flavorification in this article. You're going to have the Jacko coming out, the Harvest Hellas, the Apple. Here we go, another apple. So I guess they're going to be Sapple now. Apple Spice Ale, non-alcoholic Oktoberfest. Of course, we'll have the regular Oktoberfest, which, how do you feel about that right now? How do you feel about Oktoberfest beer? Oktoberfest and pumpkin beers, I've seen them both out now.
I have not seen them yet. I love an Oktoberfest. Both styles I love. Pumpkin beers, I've kind of, if I get one, I get one. I'm not looking for it.
Yeah.
But, I love me that. I'm intrigued to try the NA Oktoberfest because I think the Sam Oktoberfest is always a great one.
Yeah, I definitely think so as well. It said new brews include the apple spiced ale, and for the first time ever, non-alcoholic version of the Oktoberfest. And of course, Oktoberfest was just their fall flavored. Apple spice ale is exactly what it sounds like, promising a slightly sweet, juicy apple flavor, spiced with notes of cinnamon and ginger snap. There you go.
All right.
5% ABV on that one. If you want to try the apple spice ale, however, you should know you won't be able to buy it individually. The new beer is available as part of this year's Fall Legends Variety Pack, which includes Oktoberfest, Jacko Pumpkin, and Harvest Helles. Which I'm not actually mad at that pack because it used to be any type of Sam Adams Variety Pack, you had to get Boston Lager.
Yeah.
And I was like, take the Boston Lager out and just put the varieties in. So I'm not mad at them doing that idea there. And Jacko is a nice little pumpkin beer. If you haven't had that one, that's pretty decent.
I don't know if I could do 4 of them, though. If you're only putting 3 beers in a 12-pack, I got to drink 4 pumpkin beers?
Well, that's when Garth Brooks comes up. I got friends in low places, right? Yeah. So start handing it out. People may not like pumpkin beer, but they like free pumpkin beer.
Yeah, that's one. It's like you're broke on Thursday, payday's not till Friday. All right, I got one of these left. I'll drink it.
Right. But yeah, so stay tuned for that variety pack coming out. And yeah, now our Kroger, what they do, and hopefully they do it for this one, which if they do, I'll definitely pick it up. But they will usually break up some of these variety packs and sell them individually. So they'll sell them like $2 each or something, right? And basically you make your own 6-pack. So for them, hell, they're getting 24 out of something that should be like 19. Yeah. So they're getting an uptick on it by doing it that way.
Yeah, but mine, I was telling you, my Kroger, well, Mariano's, they're owned by Kroger. They stopped doing the build your own. Now, I don't know if that's all of them, but the one I went to, I'm like, wait, where's the cooler?
Yeah. Right. I like beer. I'm willing to try different. Lately, I've been focused on delivering these margarita machines. 8 delivered today. Oh, wow. All around Houston. Oh. Yeah. I do like margaritas as well.
Yeah.
You're down in Houston. You're down there with, over in Austin. What's that? St. Arnold. That's a good brewery down there in South Texas or Southwest Texas where Austin is. Check them out for sure if you haven't had them.
If you're in Houston, have you been to Ziggy's? That was one of the best delis I've ever been to. I think it was called Ziggy's in Houston. This sandwich was like the size of your head. It was like a pastrami and corned beef. It was like, holy buckets, but it was so good.
So you say the best deli sandwich you had was in Houston, not New York, not New Jersey, not Chicago, not Boston, but Houston.
It was one of these things. I think my buddy found it on a Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and we were in Houston for the NCAA basketball tournament. This was years ago. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll go. And I'm like, the size of this fucking sandwich. I'm like, holy shit. But it was good.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree because I've been to Houston before and I've eaten, and they've got a great food demographic down there. You can pretty much get anything. So I just think it's just funny. It's like somebody saying the best pizza I had was in the middle of Kansas. And you're like, what? You know, pumpkin beers don't work for me as well, Dave. I will have a yam beer instead. No nutmeg or ginger needed. Just that natural flavor.
I can see that.
Yam beers are out there. Yeah, yam beers are, and sweet potato beers are out there too. So different things happening. And he actually was Katz, which I've had Katz Deli before.
I have not. Yeah, I can't say I have not had it.
But the place you had wasn't Katz. It was
Ziggy's.
Okay. Ziggy's. Yeah. Katz is pretty good. Katz has a huge menu of stuff too. Great deli. Let's see here. But I don't know if you knew this or not. I saw this earlier, and this is in your backyard. Yeah. Which is kind of interesting. California pizza. Oh yeah, I've had California pizza and stuff. I mean, it's thinner, it's different, but it's it's California pizza. I'll just leave it at that. I grew up in New Jersey, Stuart, so my idea of pizza is one way. With New Jersey or New York, I come to Dave's Chicago, I've come to appreciate deep dish as well. Although Detroit style, I've become a fan of that as well.
I love Detroit style. Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of good choices there on the pizza. But up in Chicago, get to the right screen here. I don't know if you've seen this around town yet.
I didn't see this, but I'm going to go pick it up.
Yeah, so Laos famous beer brand Beerlo makes a splash, they're saying, in the Midwest. Basically, this is a beer, I think, out of Korea, if I remember correctly. But there in Chicago, they've been kind of sharing, I guess, the beer, and people were like talking about it. Brewed with Lao jasmine rice and European malt hops and yeast, considered the national beer of Laos. It was hard to find in the Chicago area until Laos to Yard House recently became Beerlo's importer. So I guess you had to go to Yard House to actually get to try it there.
All right.
Which Yard House is always great for just trying different beers as well. But they import directly from Lao Brewing Company in Laos. First shipment arrived in June.
I like jasmine rice. I like a good rice lager. This sounds really good to me. So I'm saving this. I'm bookmarking this. I'm going to definitely check that out and, pick some of them up. It looks like a little bit towards the bottom, there's a couple different ones. They have a can of the premium lager and then a bottle of the gold. So if I see this, I'm going to pick it up because I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I love a good rice lager.
Now, it does say up here, because of the success there, it is now sold more widely in big stores such as Garfield Beverage Warehouse locations and Sam Clubs in Rockford and Elgin. Starting in September, Sam's Club will sell the beer in Montgomery, about 40 miles southwest, and 2 locations near Minneapolis and Eagan and White Bear Lake. So it is growing. It is growing on. So you might be able not to go too far. I would think maybe you talk to Benny's, they should be able to get it in there as well.
Yeah, they got fresh market stores. I could find one of those near me and grab some of that. But this looks really good. I'm definitely going to try it.
And it tastes good. It's like a Belgian style and more complex than standard lager beer. It's not Bud Light. Let's get that on the table. It's not Bud Light. An 8-ounce bottle costs $6.50 at Saigon Sisters. So,
$6.50 for an 8-ounce bottle. The fuck, am I paying a tariff on that?
With the tariffs, man, the tariffs. You might go to Yard House and get a better deal on a pour. Yeah, but
it's
something
to
definitely
fly to Laos.
Yeah. No, it's a great thing. Is again, the fun thing about beer is seeing these opportunities that pop up, and you get to try all these different things for sure. Trying to get conditioned North Carolina, not going to happen. Rice beer was my first cold fermentation beer I made.
Right.
Love them, spicy food. There you go.
I like it.
Yeah, I do like having some of the rice beers. I had one of the rice lagers, and I was at Sam Adams a while back, and they're always good. And what's the one brand? Trying to think of the one that's the Asian beer in the store that you can get. Can't think offhand.
Starts with an A.
Well, that's you're talking about Ahahi.
Yeah.
That's like Japanese, and then no, I'm thinking of someone different that had the rice lager. But I usually get that's Japanese. There, I usually get one of those two when I'm wherever we get sushi or for like hibachi or something. But there's another one I'll think about it here in a second. But rice lagers, and that's rice ales too. They're definitely they get my attention all the time, pretty much, to give it a try.
Revolution just put out a rice lager in their cold time mix pack. So they're easy drinking lagers. And in the mix pack, my favorite of the 4 of them was the rice lager. I'm like, oh, this is approachable. Definitely knocked out a couple of those on a hot day. That was really good.
Yeah, Didi was doing the same thing. He's like, Ashley, Karen. He's like, no, it's not those. I'll have to look at it here in a second. Because I've had a couple of their stuff. I think it's a Tachi. I think, let me look here real quick. Or Hidashimo. It's HIT, I know. Kiyuchi. It's Kiyuchi Brewery. They do the Hitachino Nest White Ale. It's got the owl on their label, if you know what I'm talking about there. Yeah, but they actually do some really good ones as well. Kiuchi Brewery. Ooh.
Hopewell here in Chicago just put out, it's like a Korean rice lager, and that was really good.
Yeah. He said Shang, not Shang Tao. No. Then we had so some positive news coming out. You know, we always talk about some of the different things happening in the beer industry and some of the stuff we've seen, the ups and the downs. But 2026 Brewers Association just came out with their mid-year report. They're talking about, even though there's kind of still some pressure on beer, there are some signs of stability that have emerged, and they're starting to see on a recent report that 50% plus of the breweries have responded that their sales are actually up from what they were last year. So there's some different things taking place that they're seeing. As far as a total share, people are still drinking less than what they were previously, slightly, but for individual brewery, there are some people having success out there. Yeah. And I tend to think that might be also those breweries that may have shifted to bring in other things like the lager, going to different styles they may not have done before. You go into a brewery, there's 10 taps and 6 of them are IPAs. They kind of gotten away from that a little bit. I think that's been helping some of the I'm going to make the assumption it's been helping some of the breweries, and then some that have also opened up the NA for other people to come in that might not usually be their beer drinker, right? So now you can have more diversity for a group of folks that want to drink, because at a brewery, it is a social experience. So you want to go where everybody can kind of have some fun there.
Yeah, no, I'm going to read more on this. The author, Matt Gasiak, he's been on my show a couple times. He's a really good guy. You know, yeah, it's good to see. You know, It's not all doom and gloom. I know we like to project that because that seems to be what comes up on our feed and on our news stuff. It's like, oh, this brewery's closing, and stuff. But there's a lot of success out there, and it's good to see.
Yeah, you look on here, and among the respondents, 54% reported growth, 43 on declines, 3 on remaining flat. Every craft brewery had a greater share reporting growth and decline, with tap rooms 57% growing, and regional breweries 56% growing, leading the charge. So, yeah, you're seeing some signs out there. And again, this is part of the business cycle that we've talked about in the past. You got to have some type of contracting taking place, get that new settling bottom, and then you go from there to build. So, you know, the pretenders shifted out of the market is not just, I make a good beer, people should come drink it. That doesn't work anymore. Those that are actually getting it done and making it more accessible for their customers and bringing different things to the table are the ones that are starting to see some of that success there. So just some good news that we're seeing out there, which is always great to share. And I can tell you, when we went down to, why are you still guessing, Didi? I already told you the name of the brewery. We went down to Louisville. The breweries were definitely that we went to. A lot of them were having some pretty good success, but big shout out to them that all brought us in and had some great conversation, got some great tours, had tried some great beers. I still got to share that stuff on my channel, but stay tuned for that as well. This one is actually going to be kind of interesting to follow. I'm intrigued by this next story that I'm going to share here. So pull this up. So Bauhaus Brew Labs have done something in science where they're reopening, and they got a broader menu. But the thing that intrigues me is they're going to actually be able to help customize what people are actually drinking for their beer. And with their technology, and it doesn't say how they can do the technology, but you'll be able to offset the ABV you want in the beer.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a way.
Yeah. So it's ABV technology, new approach that customers to adjust the amount of alcohol in their drink. So I don't know if this is something where you go to the machine and you hit a button and you say, I want the ABV to be 5%, 6%, whatever, because you can go up to 20, I believe, and it pretty much runs it through whatever system, but
20
it withdraws the alcohol. I think it was 20. Was it 20? I thought it was.
Yeah,
20.
20.
Yeah. So I mean, there it is, ranging from 0 to 20%. So
what do? You brew a zero beer and add Everclear to it? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things under wraps, I'm sure, because of the technology, but I'm intrigued to find out how it'll actually work. It'll be in St. Paul, Minnesota, 2,000 square foot tap room. New approach to beverage technology. I don't know.
We're going to have to go get us a ranch beer in Minnesota. We're going to have to try this Bauhaus. Get a Minnesota Timberwolves beer from Surly. We're going up to Minnesota.
Yeah, so they'll be opening doors in August of this year.
That's next week.
Yeah, Ben Jordan and Sosa Renteria. So hopefully maybe me or you can get him on the show to talk about it. We can reach out to him, see if we can do something there, because I'm definitely intrigued to see how they're going to pull this off. But that's kind of good.
Yeah.
These internet lag. Yeah. Could be the lag there. But that's a pretty cool thing. Again, beer, we had the thing where we did soluble oak, where, beer technology's changed, and we have a Abraxas that is putting liquid in to replace hops. And so there's just different stuff happening in beer. Like you said, you go to some of these breweries, it's like a chemistry lab in a lot of them. It's kind of amazing.
I think we were talking about a while ago, like, people want this customization. Younger people grew up with this fancy Coke machine where you're not just getting Coke and Diet Coke. You could put whatever flavors you want. So I could see something like what they're doing at Bauhaus, or something like, hey, I want more of a citrus hop. You could add like a little hop oil to your beer and get that flavor. Or I want more tropical. I could definitely see that. You brew your base IPA and add a couple drops of hop oil for whatever finish. I mean, whatever gets people in your door to drink.
Yeah. So you can bring that versatility to folks who are going to definitely enjoy and have a good time with it, I'm sure. And it's going to give you a new opportunity. This one, we're in your backyard again on this. So Pollyanna Brewing and Distilling acquires Alarmist Brewing.
Yeah. I talked about that on my show a couple weeks ago. Actually, I didn't pop up on all my tabs here, but I could talk about it because I definitely know about it. Pollyanna puts out some phenomenal beers. They're in Lamont, Illinois, you big dummy. Whenever you say Lamont, if you don't follow it up with "you big dummy," you're young.
Shout out to Sam for this one. Yeah.
But they've got a couple locations. They put out some killer stuff. Alarmist closed here in Illinois and Chicago earlier in the year. I think it was January, maybe February. They put out some GABF winning beers. Lejeune was the hazy IPA that won, I think, a gold. They had Pantsless that won a bronze, and they had another one, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I think they had 3 GABF winners. Really good. Pollyanna's taken over their space. They're working on it now. They're building it out. They're going to bring back like a couple of Alarmists award-winning beers in addition to their own stuff at Pollyanna. So that's like really cool news, because Alarmist put out some killer beers here, and I'm glad to see that their name and their beers are coming back. And another great brewery in Chicago. I'm glad to see Pollyanna coming here, because Lamont, you big dummy, is a long drive, and I'm glad I could just get it here.
Yeah, it's going to continue Lejeune and Pantless and their other beers on here. And when they won Great American Beer Fest, they won the first time the category debuted back in 2018 for the hazy IPA with Lejeune. So they were the first winner in that category.
Yeah.
So good stuff for them coming back as well. So again, the stories of just some of these breweries keeping other people alive by bringing them back, which is great. We see here, Orson Welles rolling his grave. We saw no wine before his time.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't apply to beer. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to really talk about this because we've been going for the 3 weeks or so. But just recently we had the U.S. Beer Championships. I say Ohio because Ohio did well. Ohio crushed it with Iowa. 2026 U.S. Beer Championship, where the winners and top breweries were revealed. And I got to give a shout out because I have not been there yet, but you heard me talk about them. Third Eye Brewing of Hamilton, named as the 2026 Grand National Champion, taking home 5 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. So they ended up coming out with 9 medals from the event. It ties the record for most medals won in a single year, and which was set by Maui Brewing back in 1990. 5 gold medals set a new record for the most goals won by a single brewery in 1 year. So when I tell you guys, Third Eye is putting it down. They won for their Mocha Operandi, their breakfast stout, the Double Estral chocolate beer, Unleashed Potential coffee beer, Kelly's Private Stash barley wine, 2 gold medals for 2 different versions. So congrats to them. We also had like River North Brewery out of Denver, Colorado, placed second overall with 4 gold plus a silver and a bronze. So they had some representation. But the big thing they were talking about, a lot of them, the Midwest actually dominated on a lot of different things through the various categories. Top 10 breweries, Third Eye Brewing came out number 1, River North number 2, like I mentioned. Feather Falls number 3. They're in California. Forgotten Road Ales down in North Carolina. Didi, Forgotten Road Ales. You might want to check them out if you haven't. Alvarado Street out in California, which I've heard a lot of good things about Alvarado. Here locally, my second one on the list, Rhinegeist Brewery. I tell you guys, Cincinnati's got a lot of beer stuff happening. They got Toppling Goliath out of Iowa. Allstat out of Texas. Fable Brew Works in Kentucky, which is actually northern Kentucky, which is also considered the greater Cincinnati region. So that's 3 in the Cincinnati area. And the Sun River Brewing Company out of Orlando. So some nice representation coming out of this area. I know Dave's like, where the hell is Illinois?
I'm scrolling. This is like, we did a show last year about where was this championship held, in Cleveland? I mean, no, I think you guys are tipping the scales. I looked at the full list and Illinois was represented, but
we got,
I'm calling bias on here. I mean,
second Colorado, third California, fourth North Carolina. So it wasn't just all Ohio,
Yeah, I don't know. I want my pillow guy to investigate this. I think this is rigged elections.
My pillow guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
if
good.
anyone knows how to rig elections, it's Chicago. So what are we doing wrong?
Oh, what is it? What's in the name? U.S. Judge also always enjoy the creativity behind beer names. So they actually had a thing there for that category, and they judged by laughter volume. So these are some of the funniest names in it. The beer winners. Number 1 was Middle Finger to Monday IPA. That's a pretty funny name. Bright Penny Brew in North Carolina. Beaver on a Big Wheel IPA. Leave that one alone. Tardy to the Party Marion Sour Ale. Yabba Dabba Brew. That's pretty funny. The Spanish word for mango is mango. Effed Up Quad. Hop Drop and Roll IPA. Creamy Fucking Pints. That's actually a pretty cool one there too.
Yeah.
Mermaid Milk Stout and Schoolhouse Bock. That's pretty cool. So
congrats to all the winners.
Yeah, they would actually tie that one to George Sloshington Pilsner. Okay. Yeah, so these were the winners, like were in the name category for a beer. So, but yeah, it's just interesting just to see. But it was funny because that one thing I did notice, I was like, where were some of the ones from Illinois when I was kind of pulling this, because Illinois definitely does represent, but they didn't put every category in there. So I know Illinois had some medals that came out of it, right? So
Yeah, I saw some medals.
Yeah, there's not all listed there, but yeah, see Didi's out there. Never heard of Forgotten Ale. We'll inquire. See, there you go.
Yeah.
We try to get it for everybody here.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I had to razz you in there with like Illinois not being on there just a little bit. So Lakefront Brewery, we also got some stuff happening with them.
Yeah, we got a couple things with Lakefront. They're always solid brewery tour if you ever go up there.
Yeah, you actually get them a little bit more than I did because you're closer.
I don't see that much of them here. Like Binny's has a couple things, but we don't get the full line here. So I'm not as familiar with them as I would like to be, because everything I've had from them has been good.
Well, they're actually going long, as it says here, with their new year-round IPA Noon Game. The interesting thing that struck me on this one, it'll be year-round, ABV 3.2. So they're dropping IPA down to more that session area, right? So again, another brewery taking notice, realizing that people want some less stuff, and 3.2 is the level they went, but it's taking a 3.2, drink like a full strength IPA. The answer is yes.
All right.
You know, the way they got it in here, they said, carefully selected Cashmere Citra and El Dorado hops create bright citrus, pineapple, and mango aromas, while a smooth malt profile provides the body IPA drinkers a spec. So I'm like, if you see it, give it a try, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So they're able to deliver on that there. So it's now available throughout Wisconsin on draft in a 6-pack of 12-ounce cans. Consumers can use Lakefront Brewery's Beer Finder to locate retailers and beers carrying the beer, or bars carrying the beer. So we'll see if it gets out to other areas and stuff. Like I said, Lakefront does have distribution in other states. So right now it might be Wisconsin for the early launch there, but another brewery that you're seeing sticking to the lighter ABV.
Yeah, and the next segment features Lakefront. We should have added this to the state fair stuff, because they're doing something for the Wisconsin State Fair with a mini donut ale, which I remember, like the donut ales. Remember Rogue put those out? They would have them in like maybe those pink bombers, but I love me a good donut ale. So they're going to do Sills mini donut ale for the Wisconsin State Fair next month. Sign me up.
This is the one for Indiana, though.
Oh, you know what? It didn't pop up on mine. Maybe I had too many tabs open. All right, never mind.
But we do have that one coming. But this was the 3 Bloomington breweries that got honored, and again, a state competition. But the Indiana Brewers Cup, Upland, that we know, Upland Brewing Company, Heat Work, and Bloomington Brewing Company all earned statewide recognition there. It says Upland received 2 first-place awards for his Desolator in the Strong European Lager category, and Pawpaw in the American Wild Ale category, where Heartwork ranked second for his Czech Pilsner in the Amber European beer category, and Bloomington Brewing Company placed third with their Kirkwood Cream Ale and Quarryman Pale Ale. So shout out to them. We don't see a lot of cream ales as much. We have I had somebody reply to a comment, or they put a comment, I replied to them earlier today about the Genesee Cream Ale. Everybody kind of knows that one, but it's almost surprised that we don't see more breweries having some of that cream ale category. I think it's the fear of being able to sell what they actually put out. I think that affects them sometimes. So,
especially this time of year, it's a great, easy drinking beer. It's light. You would think that with a lot of breweries doing these light lagers, these low ABV things coming out, that maybe this is the next resurgence of, in categories.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned Warp Point earlier. I know they have an Irmo cream ale that's pretty decent, but outside of that, more locally, I don't see them. I see a few here and there, but not as much as what probably could be out there. But again, you can only do so much, and breweries are learning don't go too far where you might get stuck with something, I think. So
Yeah.
all that comes into play.
But wasn't that the first segment? And I already closed the tab out. Wasn't that the ranch dressing beer or cream ale? That was probably something that didn't sell. So they're like, we're going to throw some Hidden Valley in this shit, and we're going to make this. We're going to make this sell.
I was trying to forget about the ranch.
Yeah. I think that was a cream ale too.
That probably was. But you mentioned trends there, and this is asking why Korean style lagers are becoming craft beer's big next trend. So I'm trying to think if I've seen a lot or any of the Korean style lagers out there, but it does say they're emerging, drawing inspiration from Korean drinking culture, emphasizing light, malt forward, food friendly beers designed for sharing over meals. Define Korean style lagers in different ways, from incorporating rice and Korean ingredients to capturing the approachable flavor profile and social traditions associated with the lagers. So, we talked about the one beer earlier already. We talked about the rice beers, but we're starting to see that more. It's got the lower ABV appeal. Korean style lagers celebrate cultural representation and are built to pair with Korean cuisine, soju, and communal dining experiences. So
yeah, the one I mentioned earlier is right there. The first one listed is one from Hopewell.
Yes.
Pocha. That was outstanding.
So you've had that one. Okay.
I've had this one. That was really good. Like, I would definitely kill a couple of those. 16-ounce can. That was outstanding.
And it's 5% ABV there.
Yeah.
Short for Pochanga Matcha, which are Korean street vendors that sell Shikobaki, Haritok, Gimbap, Deguchi, and more. I don't know if I got those right or not, but it sounded like I did maybe. So I'll take it. People get together to eat and
Have you ever had, like, we have this Korean market, not that far from me. It's close to Revolution. Is called Jongbu, and it's a Korean market. And they have like a little deli counter inside. Their chicken wings are the shit. Like, you go in there, they're phenomenal. And they butterfly them all. So it almost looks like a lollipop. I'm sorry. They lollipop them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
And they use like a cornstarch instead of flour. So they're super crispy. They're not overly like hot spicy, but they've got a good flavor to them. I love me some Korean chicken wings.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about Korean chicken wings, and this is something that I read previously, but Korean chicken wings goes back to when we had the Korean War. Mm-hmm. And they said it was a lot of the black GIs that basically showed them how to do stuff with wings and stuff. That became like a big part. Like, before that point, they weren't as big on chicken wings, right? And then they were able to do that. So that's kind of interesting. But they said a lot of the black GIs had a lot of the influence there on how to do that. And next thing you know, it's like everybody loves Korean chicken wings. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are, now I need to go back to Jongbu, but that's a place like, you can't steal a parking spot from one of the older Korean women because they will swear you up and down. Like, there's an open spot. I pulled in, this woman yelled at me like, woman, there's an open spot. I parked here. You see a spot, you take it.
Right.
Oh, this woman, I don't know what motherfucker is in Korean, but I'm sure she called me it.
I think it's just funny you're getting cussed out of Korean. You're like, what did I do? Yeah.
I just found an open parking spot. I'm just here to get some wings and get some, I buy the beef there because I make my Korean beef. So they already have it pre-shaved and everything. So it's perfect. That's where I buy my beef from.
Mm-hmm. They say in Duluth, Georgia, Good Word Brewing also has a Korean style lager with the personal connection. But again, here's a picture of that one there. I mean, it looks great picture of it there. But yeah, they're talking about Korean style lagers basically being a trend they're starting to see out there. So, like I said, I definitely see more of the rice stuff happening. It would definitely give that a go, especially, we're in the summertime now where it's hot, but going into fall, a nice lighter beer like that wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy. Let's see here. So, of course, we both have a fondness for Great Lakes Brewing. So they're actually going through a change here where basically their CEO, as one of them, they had a dual CEO. One of them has stepped down. So now they have the other one basically taking over. Stephen Paul Wells departed, but they also hired Linda Ochat as a new head sales of. Oh, wait a minute, that's the same thing. They had sales at VIP. That's a different thing. But the two CEOs down to one CEO, Chris Brown.
How do you have two chiefs?
I don't know. I guess they did a share type thing. Maybe you do.
How do you have two chiefs? It's only one chief. It's Robert Parrish. How do you have
business decisions go to rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
But hopefully nothing changes there with Great Lakes, and we have everything still going smooth. I mean, I'm pretty sure it probably will, but it was kind of interesting. I saw they did have the dual CEO thing there. So, yeah. Let me see here. And then one that we talked about, what was the one we were talking about before? The
Lakefront Donut?
Yes, let me go back. I missed that one.
All right, so yeah, because
or it got shifted is what it was, but yeah. It was Lakefront.
So
we have
Wisconsin State Fair is coming up in August, August 6th through the 16th, and Lakefront is coming out with this donut beer. It's a mini donut inspired beer. It's going to be featured at the State Fair. Munich and caramel malts with cinnamon and vanilla. 5.3% ABV. Cinnamon sugar donut? Sign me up.
Yeah. 5.3 ABV captures a tasty flavor of cinnamon sugar treat straight from one of the Seal's donut stands. Do you have you had Seal before? Or do you know Seal? Okay. I'm just curious. Definitely has a following or something, or story. I mean, it's usually Dunkin' or Krispy Kreme for most folks. So
yeah,
very nice. Yeah, I would definitely do that. I mean, hopefully Wilford Brimley didn't show up if I did, but I'd give it a try.
Yeah.
Wisconsin State Fair should be kind of crazy with all the stuff they got going on there.
Yeah.
As far as beers go. So let's see here. And we had the one on here talking about Brew Association. We kind of already talked about it, with the growth and everything taking place. They're seeing the same thing where despite 4% volume decline, they're still seeing growth from places. But this one's kind of interesting because this one we've talked numerous times. Like, what the hell are they doing out there? Nobody seems to know anything. But at this point, Ballast Point looks like it's pretty much at a risk of collapse.
Yeah.
With the way it's being ran for the operation, which is really sad considering how many good beers and stuff they had done over the years. But they're saying pretty much they're in a dispute between its board over unauthorized loans, according to multiple lawsuits. Obviously, Kings and Convicts took them over when they got them from Constellation. It said they made a stunning disclosure of multiple lawsuits filed against William Trizos, one of his board members. Company accused Trizos in San Diego Superior Court of fraudulently pulling out at least 3 unauthorized business loans for a total of $3 million. 3 unauthorized for $3 million. Like, you can't hide that. Like,
yeah.
Like, dude, this is like $300. You take out $3 million. So, and apparently those loans are allegedly threatening to bring the company down. It's noted here. So, kind of, it's sad to see because, like you said, Ballast Point was great for a number of years, and just to have them fall out this way.
Kings and Convicts if I remember the story when they bought Ballast Point, these weren't brewery people. These were just money people. One of the people was big in the wine business. I don't want to say the wrong name, but one of the big wine companies out in California. So these are just money people. They're not beer people. It's a damn shame because Ballast Point and even the breweries, and I've been to a couple of them in San Diego before all this shit went down. They were fantastic. Great food. The beers were great. Victory at Sea, the sours they had, not just the Sculpin. This is just the shame.
Yeah.
It's just money people just fucking everything up.
Yeah, they were basically well, yeah. Funny how that fits there, kings and convicts. But it was done on a golf course from everything I read and learned about it, where basically it was just the offer was just like, hey, how would you like to sell Ballast Point? Talking to one of the Constellation people, and that's how it all got started and got done.
Yeah.
But basically it was a bunch of group of guys that were money managers that just did beer on the side as a hobby.
Yeah.
No idea how to run the beer business and ended up getting involved on it. So that kind of led to that whole situation taking place. It's kind of just crazy how that all fell out. So, but that's money for you. You can definitely do that. And then this other one, I don't think it's going to let me bring it up. I keep getting a thing popping up, I think, for an ad blocker for Cheez-It and Coors releasing the beer cheese crackers.
I have not seen that yet, but I will find that and I will try it.
Yeah,
I had
now.
I had the Pringles with who the hell was that with? Was it Miller Lite Pringles?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't that good. I got a video I need to post on that, but let me find it here. Pringles had a beer cheeseburger with Miller Lite. I mean, it tasted good. It was a good potato chip, but it didn't taste anything like a burger or beer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a Cheez-It with beer cheese, Coors Light, how we're putting it into the cracker. I'd give it a try. I mean,
yeah,
I like beer cheese and crackers go well, when you're at the bar or whatever. That snack type food. Why wouldn't you give it a try?
I mean, I killed a box of Cheez-Its in one sitting. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. So if you happen to see it out there, it's limited time only. Definitely pick it up if you want to give that a sample. But I think it could be a nice little snack to actually have. And then, hello, Vanessa. Glad to see you can make it, my
Vanessa.
friend. Yeah. It says Cheez-It Extra Toasty. I think I had Cheez-It Extra Toasty actually in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice. She finally got her wood-fired oven ready to go. So she's released 7 days. So nice. Can't wait to see the stuff you're doing on Instagram there.
Yeah, I'll make a pizza dough for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Ready to make a pizza dough maybe tomorrow.
Dave the Pizza Maker.
Yeah.
And then our last story, just because, it is summer. We'll be heading into Labor Day in about a month or so. Happened to come across this piece I thought was kind of interesting just as a discussion. Best IPAs for your all favorite barbecue foods. So there was this article, the person that wrote this article was kind of coming up with different things you may see and what might pair with it, right? So you have the hamburger, and they bring up Sam Adams New England Juicy IPA, juicy and hazy, and pretty much thinks it could be a good matchup. I don't know if you agree or disagree. Depends how you take your burger. You want medium rare. Yeah. I'm actually more of a medium person, but I know people that like medium rare.
Yeah, I'm more medium well.
Yeah.
But everything here is smash burger, so those are all cooked all the way through.
Well, smash burgers are definitely, yeah. But as you mentioned hot dog, and hot dog made me think of you there. Yeah. Because it says, I say, follow your choice of toppings. Catch up.
Get out of here. Just get out of here.
Catch up on a hot dog.
Get the hell out of here.
Catch up a maltier IPA like Rosie's Red. Still a hoppy West Coast with lots of citrusy, bracing edge, but notes of tart red fruit. But if it's mustard, Juicy J East Coast IPA. Softly fresh fruitiness of the East Coast style. Think stone fruit, melon, even banana. That ketchup hits you hard with the hot dog, doesn't it?
I was just looking at this author, Emily Bell. Who is she?
Don't know.
AI bullshit. She don't even have a picture up here.
But she has like ribs, Hill Farmstead's Double Citra, which a Double Citra IPA would be good with some ribs. I'll give her that for sure. The meaty complex, dry rub meats, emphasis on just one variety of hop like Citra, tropical citrus fruit, grassy florals, some fleshy malt playing around all the piney, peppery, bright, bracing hops. Chicken kebabs.
At least you didn't say put open pit on ribs.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Stone Delicious IPA, which I've not had that for a while, but with chicken kebabs, chips and guac, slow jam, juicy IPA from Rheingeist. Cincinnati represented. Whoever she is, she knows about Cincinnati because she had the Rheingeist beer on there. So
she hit up Chat GPT.
Maybe. Watermelon, Ship Bottom Watermelon Sunset Double IPA, or maybe Edge Hill Hazy IPA from Tom Holland's non-alcoholic line beer. I have not checked out Tom Holland's line yet. I need to do that.
I had one of them. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I just think there's better stuff out there from Go, from God, I can't even think of the other one. I got it sitting in my fridge here. Best Day.
Best Day, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad NA beer. I just think there are better ones out there.
Well, I wonder if he expanded the line since you tried it then, because I don't remember an Edge Hill Hazy IPA.
No.
Yeah. But, anything that you would think, like good beer, like Perrins or anything like that? Or
I mean, you're outside in a barbecue. You just can't go wrong with a good lager. You're not going to be drinking something heavy if you're outside. It's hot. It's sweaty. You're going to do something lower in ABV because you want to have more than, a couple of them. So I just think a good, crisp, refreshing lager will go well with any of these. Even like your chips and guac. You can't go wrong with a Victoria or something like that.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen more of a range of different styles for that piece, but she kind of kept a focus like kind of on IPA type stuff. But IPAs are what people were told people were drinking. That's how it's kind of like, it might have been Chat GPT for her. Might have been. But that said, she made pizza July 3rd and shut it down to start.
I don't know if you could hear me, but I can't hear you.
You should be able to hear me now. So you should be able to hear me now.
I got you now.
Yeah. Something happened on one of the apps, and it might be time to upgrade the computer because I got things happening. My voice mod shut off there. But anyway, so Vanessa had like smoked ribs last Saturday for some. Nice. I want to be your friend. I am your friend, I know, but I want to be your friend next door so I can get some smoked ribs.
Yeah.
Stouts with the smoked meats, yes. Dragon's milk says my smoker is running. Yeah. So I would definitely stout with ribs would be great. But that's all the beer news stuff that we actually have there.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you wanted to add on?
No, just getting everything all settled here with her going to physical therapy for my elbow, which is still jacked. So just trying to take it easy. It's been like just a whirlwind the last couple of weeks. It's like, man, I need a break.
You guys are busting yourself up over there. Yeah. Elbow and ribs,
Yeah.
So, but so that's kind of the beer news stuff here. Upcoming, I'm actually going to be putting some other videos up on my channel from some of the Louisville get-together I had with some of the beer tubers and some beer reviews and some other beer pieces. You're going to start to see a little bit more beer introspective type stuff, just kind of around the industry. Still get the reviews, so I'm going to maybe bring the reviews back a little bit because I'm having fun sharing some of the more of the stories around beer. So, and interviews, I got a lot of people to reach out for interviews and stuff too. It's just been the last few weeks have been crazy on my end, just trying to get stuff organized. So stay tuned for all that good stuff. And I know Dave's got stuff lined up for his channel here in Beer in Front. So should be good. Should be a lot of good things taking place. But outside of that, I mean, that's what I got. So
yeah.
Get ready.
Next time we do this, we'll be having some Oktoberfest beers.
Guess we got to start picking them up, huh? Because they're out there now. Oktoberfest, maybe pumpkin. So
no. That's gotta wait. That's gotta wait till the leaves turn. I can't have pumpkin beer in July and August.
Yeah, no. I brought up pumpkin on one of the poll questions, and that reminded me. I actually have a couple pumpkin in my fridge from last year. I still have to do. Speaking of pumpkin, if you haven't seen Southern Tier, which has Pumpkin and Warlock, they're now about to release Pumpqueen for the first time, which is going to be a pumpkin cider.
All right.
Yeah, which is kind of like, how has there not been there probably was, and I just wasn't aware of it, but I'm like, pumpkin and cider.
I've had a pumpkin cider before.
Seems perfect for the fall. But how does Southern Tier not do something like that, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Their first release of the Pumpqueen, so stay tuned for that. I still can't do fruitcakes, Vanessa.
No.
I don't know. It's just something about the idea of a fruitcake. It's funny. But I'll drink a barley wine and I'll get fruitcake feels in it, and I'm okay. So I don't know. Maybe I could do one if I had to do one.
Oh, my wife loves a fruitcake, and I did not know that before I married her. But if you go, I'll talk to you, Vanessa. My wife's sitting home with 4 broken ribs. She could use any help she can get. I'll order a fruitcake from you.
Have you had fruitcake with her before, or have you made a fruitcake for her or anything?
No, I haven't made it, but
well,
he bought them store brand, and it's just like, God, this ain't good. But if you like it, I love you, honey.
Yeah. See, Vanessa, she makes them. Yeah. Vanessa makes everything now. She probably makes her own clothes and stuff too.
Yeah.
But that being said, we'll go ahead and get signed off here. Thanks for everybody that tuned in tonight, and we'll see you back in a couple. Well, it should be a couple weeks that we'll be back and share some more of the beer news and beer stuff as well. And she says, store brand. Yikes. She wouldn't trust store brand either. So there you go. But until next time, keep enjoying those good craft beers out there and get your beer on.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in. It's been a ride. Roger and Daisy, we here with pride. Midwest Beer Talk as we glide. Catch us again. Don't let this vibe slide. Like and subscribe. It's the key. Roger Beverages. Join our spree. Beer in front. We got the flow. Catch us live. The good times grow.
The siege of the blessing.